Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We had a great day. Welcome back to the studio, and today I have really big news to share with you today because Ford has announced they've increased the horsepower of the Ford Raptor R. For so long, I have personally been waiting to find out, are they really increasing the horsepower? I know many of you have felt the same exact way. We finally found out today that yes, they did, and it's more than I thought they would, because the current Ford Raptors have about 700 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. It's quite a lot, but it doesn't beat the TRX, the Dodge Ram TRX. It's actually 2 horsepower less, which you have to wonder, come on, they could have done something to beat the TRX by just 2 measly horsepower, yet they left it at 700 horsepower flat. Were they trying to say that they could take on the TRX with less power and be able to compete? I don't know. This next Raptor that is in the 2024 model year is going to have those upgrades and more. So let me break down what they've changed in that very short time span. It's not only relating to the horsepower, we're seeing new suspension upgrades, brand new interior designs. A lot has been changed, which is very surprising to me, yet I want to share them with you today because I'm a fan of news and always making things better, so this is just going to be another example of that. First off, you came here to see and hear about the horsepower. I want to give it to you right now. It's 20 more horsepower on the Ford Raptor R, which means every single Ford Raptor R coming out of that factory is going to have 720 horsepower versus 700 horsepower flat for the current Ford Raptors. I wonder, are we going to see any changes in acceleration? Is the 20 horsepower going to be noticeable? I'm not sure. I think so. Maybe it'll feel like an extra nudge of force keeping you forward. I wonder if we're going to see any times get faster. For example, 0 to 60 times drop by tenths of a second. I'm not sure. Please let me know your thoughts. Will 20 horsepower make a difference? Will you be able to notice the extra 20 horsepower in the real world featuring this Ford Raptor R? What you will probably notice, in my opinion, is the newer suspension because it has a new dual live valve Fox setup. This is a new generation of Fox suspension, and it's debuting on this new Ford Raptor R, which means off-road capability should be improved by better comfort on the road and then more capability off the road. I would love to put my own Ford Raptor R side by side with this one to see, hey, is it that drastic? Because you have to realize the pricing, like my Ford Raptor R was $111,000 or $10,000 with the MSRP, and then out the door it came out to be $120,000 because you have to pay licensing fees. It's a lot of money. This new one is the same price roughly. It's a bit more. From what I can tell, the MSRP has been jumped up by about $2,000. The original starting price for the Ford Raptor R was $109,000. This new one is going to be about $111,500, so a bit over $2,000 of a price jump on top of the current Ford Raptor R. I didn't even buy my Ford Raptor R a year ago, and the newer one's already have more power. I know a lot of Ford Raptor R owners are telling me that too right now. They're just going, what? What just happened? With this new dual live valve setup, they're getting compression, precision damping control. So not only the rebound is being adjusted, but also compression now, which gives you even more adjustability. This means that the Ford Raptor R, I think, is going to feel even better off the road, feel even better on the road, have extra kick for accelerating. You will no longer go to a Cars and Coffee and have anyone say that your Ford Raptor R has less power than the TRX because the new one's got more power. Oh, real quickly, if you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing, and while you do that, hit the notification bell and click the all icon to get all the notifications here on the channel for more videos. Anyways, back to the point. At the Detroit Auto Show, I got to see the new debut of the Ford Raptor R. Getting inside of it, it's got a newer interior design. It's got much more of the Alcantara or the Ford suede. It's got new stitching. It's got the Ford Raptor logos on the back seats now. Mine doesn't have that. Also, the dashboard has been revised, more stitching, a lot of soft touch materials, plus they've changed the carbon fiber weave. It's newer now. Trust me, when you get inside, looks and feels different. You even have the logo of the car on the steering wheel now, which I don't have that on mine. Altogether, they planned this definitely in advance. So the changes are found not only with suspension, interior, horsepower, but also airflow and calibrations to make the Ford Raptor R we know of as of 6 months ago even better? Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of these changes? Is it enough to upgrade your own vehicle if you currently have a Ford Raptor R? Will this affect the current Ford Raptor R? I don't know. That's why I want to get everyone's opinions here on this video. Furthermore, with this new Raptor R kicking off production, I'm curious how many years down the road will Ford be making this Raptor R? We've seen a massive shift towards electrification, EVs. Ford has a ton of EVs in their portfolio. They're the Mach-E, the Ford Lightning. It's incredible seeing how fast these brands are able to build these electric cars and the future of where it's going. I would love to see gas-powered vehicles hang in there a little bit longer, because there's nothing like hearing the roar of the 5.2-liter V8 in the Ford Raptor R scream to a red line. It's a high-revving truck. Most trucks, they don't rev that high because they're either push rod or they're just so much more condensed with the power down low in the RPM. This is a revving vehicle. It likes to climb to 7,000 RPM, which makes it fun to drive. I forgot to mention, the torque, it hasn't been changed. It's the same 640 pound-feet of torque. Here's what I would love to see. I want to see if Dodge comes out with a more powerful TRX, because if we just find this new horsepower war with trucks coming out, the future would look even more incredible. Come on, the TRX has been out for many years now. It's been the pinnacle high horsepower truck. Ford came out, they introduced their Raptor R to compete with the TRX, and then it's kind of overshadowed it up until now because it has more power, 720. If the Ram TRX found itself with a horsepower jump as well, maybe, hey, throw the engine from the Red Eye in it, getting 800 horsepower, what would happen? That'd be an incredible send-off, wouldn't it? If there's one thing we've seen over the years, it's that when these brands come after each other and best each other with horsepower, a war usually kicks off. We saw this back in the day with the S197 Mustang, Shelby GT500, going against the Camaros and the Challengers. They found themselves continually trying to beat each other because the GT500 came out with 662 horsepower. Then Dodge came out with the 707 horsepower Challenger Hellcat. It just kept going up from there. We found Demons, Red Eyes, the 2020 GT500 with 760 horsepower. I do have one last question for all of you. Do you think that getting high horsepower trucks is a lost cause now, since we have the Tesla Cybertruck coming out with 840 horsepower featuring the tri-motor design? Because those will launch incredibly fast out of the dig and have adjustable ride height suspension for off-roading. It makes me wonder if the high horsepower trucks are really going to find their home in the Baja type environment, because on the street it will launch very hard with the all-wheel drive systems, but the EVs seemingly have an advantage right there. For the off-road, since these gas-powered high horsepower trucks are seemingly lighter, they probably will have much better performance for going through the Baja type terrain and going extensively off-road, because you can bring gas alongside with you. I want to get your honest thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think with these new electrified pickups coming out, going against this era of high horsepower supercharged pickup trucks? It's incredible seeing the market segments in front of us and the fluctuations within them. There's definitely going to be target audiences and buyers for each, but they will, regardless, go up against each other in some scenario, on the street or off-road, because people want to know how the highest performing off-road vehicles you can buy stack up against each other. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button. It really does help me out. And subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. Thanks for watching again. Stay tuned for more adventures with my Raptor R. I'll see all of you in the next episode.